Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Happy Total Body Strength Day. Jazzy here, ready to take you through the Total Body Strength workout. We're going to be doing an EMOM today. So we're going to be doing, you have a full minute to complete the whole set of exercises. And our rep range for today is going to be between 10 and 15. So if you get to like 12 and you got a few more reps, and you go ahead and go to 15. If you do your 10 and you can only get a few more, you know, stick with that 10. But we're going to do 3 rounds. So every round I would like to see an increase in reps every time. So challenge yourself a little extra today. You will need 1 to 2 sets of dumbbells. I always recommend 2 sets, a lighter one and a little bit of a heavier one, because as we go through, we might get a little tired, a little fatigued, and our form might start to be compromised. So that's when we want to drop down into a lower weight. We also are going to be doing obviously total body, but there's a lot of squats in here today. So get those legs ready to go. I'll go ahead and get started showing what we're going to be doing today. So starting off with our dumbbells, we're going to be doing some squat to press here. So again, between 10 to 15 is kind of our sweet spot today, but I'm going to aim for, 12 to 15 of these. So you have your dumbbells here, feet shoulder width apart. We're going to squat down, squeeze the glutes, stand up, and as we stand up, we're going to press those dumbbells above head. So as we're down, using the momentum as we come up, and then we're going to come straight down as the weights come back down. So that's the first thing we're going to do. And then the next thing we're going to do are squat to RDL. So we're going to first squat down. So you can hold the dumbbells up at your shoulders again if that's comfortable. So we're going to squat and then bringing the dumbbells in front of our bodies into the RDL. So we're pushing those hips back like we're closing a door behind us till we start to feel that tension in the hamstrings, squeeze the glutes, come back up. If you prefer, you can leave your dumbbells at your sides here and then squat and RDL. So we're alternating between the two of those. And then next thing we're doing is a squat to bicep curl. So we're gonna have a little bit of wider stance here. So more of a sumo squat. Dumbbells are gonna be in between our legs here. So I'm gonna squat down and then curl up as we come up. So squeeze the glutes, just like with squat to press, we're using that momentum to help us lift the weights up. And then after that, we're gonna get on the ground here and we're gonna be doing a glute bridge hold. So our feet are going to be still hip width apart. We're pushing those hips up, keeping the glutes squeezed. The first thing we're going to do are floor presses. So we're going to keep those elbows nice and tight. We're going to push up towards the ceiling and back down. So our hands are starting below or at the bottom of our ribs squeezing up into overhead and back down. So that action is going to give us our chest exercise here. And then finally, the last thing we're going to do is similar. So we're still going to be in that glute bridge hold here. Our hands are going to start out to the side. We're going to squeeze our chest up and together, and arms are going to come back down. So our arm action is pretty similar here. So our arms are starting out in more of an A position where I squeeze through the chest, lifting the hands up. So any motion where our hands are by our sides coming up is going to be chest. So that's exactly the motion we're doing. So for the flies, we're here coming up like we're hugging someone and back down. So that is the 5th movement. And then last movement we're going to do lying on the back. I know y'all love doing abs, so we're going to do a little bit of ab work here. We're going to do some toe touches. So you can have 0, 1, or 2 dumbbells here, straight overhead, exhaling, bringing the dumbbells to the feet. And again, rep range for every single movement is 10 to 15. So push yourself a little bit harder to get 1 more rep than you did the round before for each exercise, okay? So that's the whole workout for today. Again, you have a whole minute to complete each movement, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with our warm-up. So we're gonna start on the ground in a half kneeling position here. I'm gonna have my right knee on the ground right now. My left foot is on the ground. We're gonna go ahead and tuck our pelvis, keep the core tight, squeeze the glute with the knee that's on the ground. We're gonna start to push those hips forward into that hip flexor stretch here. So we're reaching the hand above head, pushing those hips forward, stretching out the front of our hip. Nice big inhale into the belly, and on the exhale, we're gonna rock back into the hamstring stretch. So we're doing that active hip flexor to hamstring, We're gonna do 2 on each side. For the hamstring, we're really pushing those hips back. Nice big deep breath on the next exhale, back to hip flexor. So tucking the pelvis, squeeze the glute with the knee that's on the ground, push those hips forward, reach that hand above head. Nice big deep belly breath here. And exhaling, rocking back into the hip flexor stretch. And on our next exhale, we can go ahead and release out of that and switch over to the other side. So my left knee on the ground, right foot on the ground, tuck the pelvis, keep that core tight, squeeze the glute of the knee that's on the ground, pushing those hips forward, raising that same arm overhead of the knee that's on the ground. Big deep belly breaths. On the exhale, we're rocking those hips back, pushing the hips towards the wall behind us into that hamstring stretch. And after that exhale, rocking back into the hip flexor stretch. Squeeze that glute, push those hips forward, keep the core tight. Reaching that hand overhead. And on the exhale, rocking those hips back into that hip flexor stretch. And we can go ahead and release and come out of that. And we can go ahead and come onto our feet and stand on up. Last part of our warm up here, what we're going to do are some frog squats here. So we're going to get nice and low into our squat stance here. Elbows are going to come in between our knees. And we're going to bring those hips all the way down as far as we can. And then we're going to squeeze and come halfway back up. So we're just going to be moving through this. We're squeezing those glutes, getting those hips nice and opened up, going as low as you can, pushing those elbows on the inside of the knees, opening up our hips a little bit more. And let's go ahead and do one more of these. Great job on that last one. We can go ahead and stand all the way up. Shake anything out that you need to. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the timer here. So we have a full minute to complete each set. We're doing EMOM today. We got squats and press coming up first. 10 to 15 reps of these. Going here in 3, 2, 1. I know that's quite a large rep range, but it does help to have a goal. So then that way, if you start with 10 the first time, you can always increase to 12 by the last round. So you got room to improve, get better this time. We're squeezing those glutes, using our momentum. Keep breathing. Great job. Squeeze those glutes, push the ground away from us. Great job, everyone. Keep pushing. 12, 10 to 15. Great job. We got about 15 seconds left. And then next up, we got the squat into an RDL. Definitely, if you finish early, use that time to get water, walk it out, whatever you need. Squat to RDL. 3, 2, 1. So feet are still shoulder width apart. With the RDL, we're pushing the hips back, keeping the weight as close to our body as we can. Keeping a slight bend in the knee. We're not squatting. 10 to 15. Keeping that core tight. Using the legs, not our low back. Great job. Keep pushing. 10 to 15. After this, we got squat to bicep curl coming up. What about 10 seconds left. Y'all doing great. Squat to curl. 3, 2, 1. So we have a wider stance here. Dumbbells in the center. Coming down straight back up. So I guess it's more of a sumo squat to curl than anything. 10 to 15. Get a little bit of cardio action here this morning. Great job. Squeeze those biceps. Keep that grip nice and loose. Use that momentum. Great job. Keep pushing. 10 to 15. After this, we're going to be on the ground for the glute bridge hold with presses. Then we have flies. And then we have toe touches. 3, 2, 1. So we are holding the top of our glute bridge, pushing straight up with those dumbbells, keeping those elbows about 45-degree angles from our bodies, pushing the hands towards the ceiling like we're punching the ceiling. 10 to 15 still. Great job. Squeeze through the chest. Bring those hands together, straight up above our body. Great job. Keep pushing. Do as many as you can. 10 to 15. We got about 15 seconds left. And then we're doing the same thing, but we're going to be doing the fly. So our arms are going to be down. And it's like we're hugging someone. Press this over, punching towards the ceiling, exploding through, feeling that in our chest. We got flies with the hold in 3, 2, 1. So starting up at the top, we're lowering those hands towards the ground, squeezing our chest, coming right back up. So we're making that A position with our arms, coming straight up right in front of our faces, scooping up like we're hugging someone. It's going to really activate our chest really well today. If you're not feeling it in your chest, really focus on that mind to muscle connection. Squeeze through the chest. Breathe. Exhale as you come up. Great job. $10 to 15 of those. We got about 15 seconds. Now it's 10 seconds. We got toe touches next. It's the last thing that we're starting at the top. The squats and presses. We're aiming for 15 toe touches today though. 3, 2, 1. We all do these a lot in this class. So I know we can do more than 10. Exhaling as we reach up to the feet. Great job. Keep exhaling, use that core. No momentum here. Great job. After you do your 15, you can even do 20 if you want to push yourself a little bit. We got 20 seconds left. Squats and presses are next. 10 to 15. If you did 10 last time, aim for 11 this time. 10 seconds to squats and press. Okay, hydrated here. 3, 2, 1. Feet are hip width. Pushing those hips down and back, letting those knees track past their second toe. Breathing, exhaling up. Squeeze those glutes. Great job, y'all. Getting our heart rates up this morning. Keep pushing. 10 to 15. Get one more than you got last time. Up next, we got the squat to RDL. So out of breath already. Great job, you guys. Killing it. 10 seconds. Squat to RDL is next. 3, 2, 1. I want you guys to really play around with the position of your hands in the squat. For me, holding the dumbbells at my sides causes me to have too much of a forward lean in my chest. So that's why I like the dumbbells up at my shoulders or at my face, like a front squat here. But if it's more comfortable for you to hold it by your sides, definitely do that. We're all a little different. Things will feel different for all of us. Great job. 10 to 15 of those. We're about 15 seconds left. Then we got our sumo squat into bicep curl. Great job. Finishing strong here. Squat to curl in 3, 2, 1. So you got that wide sumo stance squat. Dumbbells are forward, squeeze those glutes. Also squeezing through the bicep. You need to have a good mind to muscle connection, really having a good intent with our movements here. Need to have that focus. Otherwise, we're just throwing weight around, not really working on our strength. And today's focus is total body strength. So we need to be mindful of our movement here. 10 to 15. Great job. Keep pushing. We got about 15 seconds to finish our squat to curl. And then we're getting on the ground for our glute bridge. Hold with the floor press. 3, 2, 1. Squeezing those glutes, holding our hips as high as we can. If you're focusing too much on the legs, you can go ahead and just do the floor press portion only, focusing on squeezing through the chest, punching towards the ceiling. So our wrists are nice and flat, making that sweeping motion from down at our ribs straight up overhead. 45-degree angles in the arms. At least 10 to 15. We got about 20 seconds left. And then we're doing the same thing with the flies though. So they're start down in that A position, like you're hugging someone, ending up right over. So our hands are straight, parallel, or I guess perpendicular to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Starting with our arms straight up, coming down to the A. Don't let those hands come to the ground. We're keeping constant tension by not placing our hands on the ground here today. 10 to 15. Awesome job. Keep pushing. Use our chest. You can always drop that weight for these ones. Grab that lighter set of dumbbells that you have. Focus on using the chest, keeping our core tight. Glutes are squeezed in that glute bridge position. We got about 15 seconds. And then we got 15 to 20 toe touches. And then we're starting at the top for one more round. And then we're going to cool down. We can get on with the rest of our day. 3, 2, 1. So we're exhaling, coming up, touching our toes. Great job. We're not using momentum today. We're just squeezing our abs. That's why we want to exhale. Really engage our core. You're going to feel this more in the top end of your abs. Great job. Try and get a few more reps than last time. We got about 20 seconds and then we're at the top with our squat to press. Get some water if you need it. All right, last round, squat to press. 3, 2, 1. 10 to 15. Trying to get a rep or two more than last time. Keeping our core engaged. Great job. Pushing towards the ceiling. Squeeze those glutes. Keep pushing. Great job. We got about 20 seconds left, and then we got our squat to RDL next. We got one more set of this, one more set of squats, and then we're done with squats for this morning. 3, 2, 1. Squats RDL, 10 to 15. Squeezing those glutes. With our RDLs, our knees are slightly bent, still pushing off the whole foot. So heel, big toe, little toe, pushing off the ground for both the squat and the RDL. Pushing those hips back until we start to feel the tension in the hamstrings. Keeping our shoulder blades pinned back. Great job. Keep using those glutes. We start to feel it in our back. That means we're getting a little tired, a little lazy. We make sure we're using our glutes to come up from the RDL, not the back. All right, sumo squat into bicep curl. 3, 2, 1. Last squats this morning. Squeeze those biceps. Great job. 10 to 15, getting a few more. Then we got last round. Squeeze those glutes all the way up. You guys are doing awesome. Keep pushing. Almost there. You got about 20 seconds to finish. And then we got our floor presses. And then we got flies and toe touches. And then we're going to cool down. All right. Last 3 exercises. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze those glutes. Arms are 45-degree angle, pushing the dumbbells towards the ceiling. So we're punching the ceiling here. Dumbbells are starting at the bottom of the rib cage. 10 to 15. Scooping up to be straight over our shoulders here. Focus on engaging our chest. Awesome job. We got about 20 seconds and then we're doing the flies. So for the flies, we're starting down, coming straight up to center. It's just like a front raise. We got 10 seconds until we're starting those out. And then we got toe touches. 3, 2, 1. Arms straight up, coming down, straight back up. So we're scooping like we're hugging someone. Really engaging our chest. Squeezing our glutes too in that glute bridge. Great job, y'all. Finishing strong here, 10 to 15. We got about 20 seconds to finish those up. And then we got toe touches. We're gonna do 15 to 20 toe touches. Great job. Finishing strong here. Getting ready for those toe touches. 3, 2, 1. Finishing strong here. Challenge yourself. Get as many as you can. Exhaling as you're coming up. If you don't feel anything as you're doing this, if you have a heavier set of dumbbells, go ahead and grab that. Also making sure we're using momentum, or we're not using momentum. We really wanted this movement to come from the core. Great job. Even if you need to slow it down so you can feel it more, we got plenty of time to get all these reps in. We got about 15 seconds, and we're gonna get into our cool down here. Great job, everyone. Finish strong with those toe touches here. 3, 2, 1, and we are done with our total body strength circuit. Great job, everyone. I know that was a lot of squats today. Squats are never a bad thing. I did add some bicep curls in there instead of all shoulders, which was the plan originally, but switched it up for us today. So great job. Get a sip of water if you need it. We're going to make our way onto the ground, onto our backs to start off our cool down here. So we're going to do our Piriformis figure 4 stretch. So I'm going to start with my right ankle right above my left knee. And if that feels like a good stretch for you, you can go ahead and stay there. If you need a little extra tension, you can interlace your fingers and grab either behind the knee or in front of the shin, whatever feels best for you. And you're going to pull that knee towards your chest. We're going to stretch out the back of the hip today. Nice big deep breaths into the belly. Fully exhaling through the mouth. Slowing down our breath. Breathing in any tension we feel in our hips today. Let's go ahead and do one more big inhale and exhale here. And after the exhale, we can gently bring that foot back to the ground. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So left ankle above the right knee. If you need to stay there, stay there. If you need more tension, go ahead and interlace your fingers and grab behind the shin or behind the knee, pulling that knee towards the chest. Slowing down the breath here. Breathing into any tightness we feel. And let's go ahead and do one more big inhale. And after we complete that exhale, we can bring that foot back to the ground. We're going to go ahead and roll over onto our hands and our knees. And from here, we're going to do our reach throughs. We're also going to get that the reach over with for the chest stretch, since we did a lot of chest stuff today. So hands below the shoulders, left hand is going to come through in between the right arm and the right leg, head on the ground, push the back of the hand into the ground, pull away with that upper back. Big inhale into the chest. On the exhale, right hand is going to come up and over, wrapping around, opening up our chest, tucking that hand into our opposite side hip. Nice big deep breath. On our next exhale, we're going to go ahead and return our hand under our shoulder, back to our hands and our knees. And last part of the stretch, last part of the class, we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So right hand reaching through, pushing into the ground, pulling away with the upper back. Big inhale. On the exhale, opposite hand is going to wrap around, up and over, stretching out our chest and shoulders here. Nice. Big deep inhale, slow exhale. And one more inhale. And on the exhale, returning those hands under our shoulders. You can stay there, return to seated kneeling standing, however you'd like to end the class. So that's all the time I have this morning for total body strength. So thank you so much for joining me. I had a great time. It's a great workout, great job, way to push yourself. Don't forget, we do have exercise with exos today at 12:30, as well as, or sorry, it's 12. We have it at 12, and then dance is at 12:30 with 2 stretch breaks, one at 11 and one at 2:30. So hopefully we'll see you there. Have a great morning, and I'll talk